welcome to Bonsai Expression. I'm Christoph, and today you can see the sun's out. So I'm still in the garden working away, but it is warm, but the sun keeps going in and out. It's a bit disappointing because every now and again, when the sun goes in, it's cold. So I have jumpers on, jumpers off, jumpers on. It's a bit repetitive, it's a bit annoying. So for the time being, next 20 minutes or so, jumpers off. I bet I'll be back on again in a minute. Anyway, enough chatting. Spotted in the side of me peripheral, my little Benjamina that was a cutting from the Fusion Benjamina, and I remembered that we did a massive cut on it when we did a root prune. We sliced the whole bottom off and pretty much got rid of all the roots. We've completely flat bottomed it, and I wasn't worried at the time that it was going to survive, but I know a couple of yous were like, oh, you might have took a bit too much of the roots off there, Christoph. So I just wanted to show how versatile and how strong ficus really are. You can pretty much flat bottom them, no roots at all, and they will bounce back. Itchy nose, sorry. Boom, check it out. Strong as an ox, as they say. So this was a cutting off my original Fusion Ficus, which is just over here. You can't see it. I'll show you in a minute. So this one, I did start giving it a little trim. So the little dead nubs, I've just started trimming it off, and I thought, no, I'll do a video on it just to show you that yes, everything is fine, hunky-dory, and I'll do a video and do the trimming on film. So yes, the roots are fine. We had a couple of aerial roots die at back, so these ones have all died off. And I had a root branch die here, and here I've just nibbed off. But other than that, everything else has been fine. I've had no issues. It's bouncing right back, and it's ready for some more growing this year. Happy as Larry. Just gonna give it a small trim, bring it back in. So we'll do that on film. Let's get on the bench and get into it. Just before we get into it, I just wanted to show you which tree it's a cutting from. So the Fusion Ficus is this one. So I took loads of little Ficus Benjaminas, put them all together, and this is the tree. So it's pretty decent size at the moment, and it's growing quite well. I've got a video on it, and I wrapped up a couple of branches there just to tidy them up, put them into place. I just need to take that one off because it is now digging in, so I'll actually do that now in between these two filming sessions. And so this one's doing really well as well. It does need a trim, so I'm gonna have to do a video on this. But as you can see, if we go down here, you can still see in between, oops, you can still see in between just here. And so that is where all the, and just here, where all the fusion has taken place with all the other Benjaminas. Pretty cool. So this branch here has died off. I just need to trim this off as well, as you can see. That's where I trimmed off one of the branches. I didn't need any more, and that one's just died off. So I've got to get rid of that. So you're looking at this from the front. So you can see these ones are overgrown a little bit. So I'm just going to trim them up. So the front, this just needs coming up a little bit. So we do really need to put a bit of wire on, but for the time being, if this is the front here, this leaf is just at the base, so I'm just going to nip it out, and so is this one. So we're just going to take that back there, and then this one is just at the base, and so is this. So we're just going to take them. So there we go, that is the top section done already. Let's move this leaf out of the way. So that's where it's growing from. This leaf as well is also at the base of the branch there, and we've got this one at the back. Right, so there you go. So you can see what we are doing and where we are starting from. So that's our starting point, just the top section. So we can work from the top section down. Nice and easy. So if that's the top section there, if I just hold it in position, you can see this whole section here is overgrown, so we need to bring it back in. So I'm just going to take that off and bring it into here. This section is growing upwards, I'm going to take outwards. Well, outwards I'm going to take off completely. This section as well, it's grown too far out, so I'm going to bring it back in. Now remember, it's a Benjaminer, so everything you cut back to needs to be green. If we cut here, on this branch here, if there's nothing green at the end of it, the branch will die back to this section. So anything we cut on a branch, we have to leave a green section, so we have to leave some green left. So in other words, we have to leave a leaf at the end of the branch, otherwise the branch is going to die off, and that is not what we want. We want to make sure the branches stay living. And on every branch, we've got a leaf here, and then we've got the new branch growing off. So I'm going to take all those out. This is what I've just been doing. That just clears it up. Now again, these branches come way too far out. I'm just going to bring everything in line, just bring it back a little bit, keep it tight, and again, leave your leaves. If you don't leave the leaf, you're going to kill the branch. Before we start working on them branches, just take off them leaves that are at the end or that are at the start of your new branches, giving more room. One, it'll give more room, and two, it'll open up the area as well for sunlight to get in. So there we go, nice and neat. So it's already opened up the tree just by doing that. And we're bringing in the tree nice and neat. So I'm going to put back to there on this one, bring it in. So you can see on this side, I've trimmed right back, whereas if I keep spinning, how long this side is here. One thing I will say, while working on Ficus, they do bleed latex, which is the white stuff coming out. So as you can see on this branch here, on this leaf, if I just get you in there, you can see it's white. Now this is poisonous to some pets, so make sure you're not doing this around pets, and also it can irritate people. So some people have got an irritant to it, so one reason I'm wearing gloves. I'm not necessarily irritant to it, but I don't want to be taking the chance that later on I could develop an irritate to it. The more you work on these trees, the more possibility that you do develop an intolerance to them. So there is that. Lower down here, I've got these branches. They are a bit too low, so I'm just going to remove them completely. Take that one out, and I'm going to take this one as well. Opens up the trunk line, and then just inside, you can't see these. I'm going to take these ones back to there. I'll take that leaf out, but then if I open it up, you'll see I've got a branch here. I'm just going to take that one off. It's on the inside and I don't want it. Cut back to this dormant bud. It's just about to pop. I've cut here, it will open up the bud now, forcing it to grow, and because I've cut it here to this one, it's going to grow this way. Directional pruning as well, always using. Now once I've done this, this tree is going to look bare. But I wouldn't be too worried about that. I'd say Ficus, very vigorous growers. Especially in this hot weather at the minute. I'll push loads of growth. Take this one off, it's growing upwards. Cut back further still on that one. Cut back further still there. And I've got this one growing alongside here. I'm just going to leave it for the time being. Probably get rid of that in the future, but for now I'll just leave it. Give it a spin, see where we're at with everything. That one's growing upwards, let's take that one out. Everything's growing in the right direction. Got this now going there. That's growing on the inside. Let's take that one out. This one's growing right across the tree. I'm going to take that one out completely. Just there, opens it up as well, so you can see right in through the tree line. I'm going to take this one out as well, it's doing the same, it's irritating me. I am going to take this one off. It's doing the same, that's going to irritate me in the long run. Now, as I say, the tree is looking bare, with it being a ficus. We've cut everything right back. I think I'm just going to go a bit further back on that one. And this one I can't really go much further back with. Just going to take it to there. Any more and I'll kill the branch. Okay. I'm happy with that. So it's all trimmed up. With this nice hot weather, we'll keep it very humid, nice and hot. It'll start pushing some buds again. It'll flush out in growth. It'll be nice and warm. Ficuses love to do that. And then, yeah, we'll come back to it again in a couple of weeks, and it should have loads more growth. My small Ficus benjamina is all trimmed up yet again. Just like when I cut all them roots off, I've got no worries. It's going to backbud profusely, as all ficuses do. So, in a couple of weeks, it's going to push loads of growth, and I'm going to have a, well, I'm going to have a bushes again. So, we're going to have to do it again in a few weeks. But, how'd you like this video? I did tell you, after that roots, I've got no worries that the tree will be fine, and alas, it was. So, don't be scared to get in on these trees, they're brilliant. The only thing you've got to remember with the Ficus benjamina is if you cut in on the branches, make sure you leave some green, because if you don't, they will die back. They have a tendency to do that. If it's a Ficus tigerbat ficus, as in the microcarpa, go ham on them. Doesn't matter if you leave green or not, they will bud back. There's no issue with them. But the benjamina, you have to leave some leaves, otherwise you're going to die back. It is what it is. It's just how they are. Well, if you like this one, give me them thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, please do so. I will see you next week, or on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whenever I post a video. Anyway, please subscribe, please like, comment, do all good stuff, and thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you again. Bye bye.